Everyone in a large franchise or fandom has at least heard of Comic-Con, Comic Expo, or similar names. A convention where fans come to spend time and money at booths, artist alley, cosplays, and meetups. Well, today I'm going to tell you about my very first expo experience, how I got to this point, and a final takeaway. First off, I heard of my city's expo last year, but it overlapped with another event, so I didn't feel inclined to go. But then an announcement came that the 4 Hobbit actors from The Lord of the Rings were coming, and let's just say that sold me. So with most of my Christmas and birthday money, I bought my tickets for the expo. Not much had changed leading up to the weekend of the expo, save for some additions to the party, like my older sister coming with me on Saturday. One silly thing that happened the week before, I was expecting my badges to come in the mail, but when I got the email that said that they arrived, they weren't in the mailbox and no one had seen them. That threw me into a panic, which is not recommended before and after going to a relative's funeral service. But the Monday before the expo, my brother went for the mail and the badges were there. Crisis averted. The days I planned on going were Friday and Saturday, about half of each day. On Friday, I went with my best friend and one of her friends. On entering the building of the expo, the first words that came to mind were, a lot. The main room, the booths, the cosplays, everything was a lot. The first thing I did was try on an authentic medieval helmet, which was really heavy, and then I watched an authentic medieval fight, which was really cool if I didn't look down as the guy dropped his axe, but I still enjoyed it. One thing I didn't expect was seeing folks that I knew personally aside from my friend. One was someone I went to school with who I hadn't seen in a few years. I didn't talk to her, but it was nice that I saw her. The other person was totally unexpected, which was someone who was from Bible quizzing, which baffled me because the finals tournament was going on that weekend, and I didn't know the expo was his thing. Then again, the cosplay announcer sounded like him, so I guess it's not too far-fetched. Not much else happened Friday, save for some peeking into Artist Alley and chilling in the cosplay hall. I was going to get picked up to go home, so I did some solo exploring, which was extremely nerve-wracking, but it was good and nothing bad happened. In fact, I complimented a cosplay, dwindling my social anxiety by a fraction. And that concluded my first day at the expo. Saturday, I was going with my sister, and since she was dog-sitting for a friend, we decided on going from 1 to 7:30, the time the main panel of the Hobbits would happen. The one thing, however, that we did not consider was how tired we would get within 2 hours of being there. With the combination of walking through all of Artist Alley and how crowded it was, we were easily overwhelmed. So we headed back home and planned to go back before the event started. But let's cut to the intermission. As stated before, the finals quiz tournament was happening that same weekend as the expo, but my younger sister who was there needed to be back Saturday night for church on Sunday, so my parents planned to go up there and pick her up Saturday night and bring her back. Unfortunately, the car broke down 3 hours out of the city. There was lots of back and forth communication about who would pick them up, what to do about the car, or if me and my sister were even able to make it to the evening with the Hobbits. In the end, my uncle was able to pick up my parents and bring them back. Then he wordlessly handed me a McDonald's-looking toy for no reason. Now the moment we've all been waiting for. The one reason I went to the expo in the first place, the origins of my hyperfixations and most of who I am today, the evening with the Hobbits. When we arrived, they had us lined up before opening the doors to the theater room while we had our tickets checked and given wristbands. Both me and my sister got really good seats around the middle to the right. It was such an amazing experience being there. I may have not gotten an autograph or a photo, but just being there was awesome. Hearing all the funny banter between them was a hoot. By the way, hot dogs are a sandwich, fight me. And to hear about what happened on set of Lord of the Rings when you think you know everything from the DVD behind the scenes, but it turns out folks don't record everything, was a pleasant surprise as well. I can't say this enough. It was amazing, and in the rare chance any of the Hobbits are watching this, thank you for making such an impact on my life. God bless. This next part, I want to share all of the cosplays I saw and recognized. 5 Grians, one of them was a Watcher, a Scar, Etho, Shadow Milk Cookie, Pure Vanilla Cookie, both original and the Truthless Recluse, Candy Apple Cookie, Black Sapphire Cookie, Rockstar Cookie, Huntrix, many amazing Digital Circus cosplays, countless Lord of the Rings ones, especially Neon Ring Wraiths, lots of Jedi and other Star Wars ones, a Last Ronin Mikey, and a normal Mikey, which I got mildly traumatized by him taking his head off, Roxy, Funtime Foxy, and possibly lots of others that I don't remember. Now onto what I bought at Artist Alley and some other booths. A 3D printed dragon, an elven leaf brooch, 3 stickers, a Pippin, Sassy and Derpy, and a Sonic dragon, and a Spider-Gwen poster. I was on the lookout for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles things, specifically Rise, but I didn't see anything of interest. Maybe next time. Now to ask, will I go again? And if so, will I do my own Artist Alley booth? For if I'd go again, probably. At first I was hesitant to go this year because it overlapped with a quiz tournament, but I chose to go because I'm not quizzing as a quizzer anymore, and not to mention how worldly the expo is. Sure, as a Christian you can't always avoid the world, but to willingly choose to go somewhere like that was out of my zone. And in terms of an art booth, I think it would be cool to have one. I would need to figure out things like what's allowed at my city's specific expo and printing, pricing, and booth setup. I think my art style is developed to the point that it could sell, but I guess that's up for interpretation. By the way, commissions are in my Ko-Fi, check the description if you want. And that's a wrap for my first expo experience. What was yours like? Was it more chaotic than mine? More laid back? Feel free to comment. Until next time, God bless and have a water buffalo. Bye!